Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 966 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show, we have Declan Mac on, and we're going to be talking about a software that you can insert on any of your pages that will actually read out the content, whether a person is on their desktop or on their phone, so that they can actually absorb your messages without having to actually read them. On top of that, this is going to allow you to create GIFs that are both animated and actually have narration when people scroll over them. Let's get into it. Here's Declan.
We are here today with Declan Mac. Declan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much, Mike. Great to be here as usual. Good to talk to you and your viewers.
Good to talk to you too. I'm going to go ahead and read off the headline for the product we're going to talk about today. It says here, 84% of people never read your page word for word. Convert your visitors with speakable pages. Speak to your visitor with a single line of code. So Declan, bring us in. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
Mike, you know nowadays people have not got time, and I mean, if someone goes onto your blog, well, probably an exception to your blog because everyone would read your blog word for word,
Of course, sure.
As they do. Most blogs, most websites, people go on, just glance through it, look at the headlines, and then if they're going to buy something, they buy something, but if they don't, they don't. But what we've done is we saw this as a sort of a gap in the market where people prefer to listen to stuff rather than it's a lazy way out, you know yourself. People prefer to watch videos as well rather than read itself. It's less time consuming. So we put our heads together and came up with an idea of putting audio onto your websites, onto your blogs. So with the piece of code, as you said, you put you put your blog or your website into the software. You get this piece of code, you put it on your website, and then it puts buttons, play buttons. One big play button at the top of your website if you want to read the whole thing, and then separate play buttons further down if you want to read individual paragraphs and that type of stuff. So, I mean, as you said there in the introduction, I think 16% only of people who go onto blogs and websites read the whole page or the whole website. Where what we have is, as I said, you just press the button, you can listen to the total website. It's read out to you. The audio, the text-to-speech is second to none. It is really high quality. It's not any of this mechanical voice, the robot voice like you hear in a lot of stuff. This is really, really good text-to-speech audio. And again, you go down your page. What we've gone for really as well is the certain mobile market. You know, nowadays, most of you go anywhere on a train, on a bus, even walking out, people are on their phone, even to a meeting, they're on their phone constantly. Now, it's harder, obviously, with a smaller screen to read all the stuff that's on the website or a blog. So what we've done is we've put this and we've aimed at this market. You press an audio button. You don't even have to have your earphones. You have most people do when they're out, actually, in fairness. And then you can hear what's going on the page and just listen to it as you scroll up and down it.
I mean, it makes complete sense to me. I mean, you talk about people getting lazy and not wanting to read and wanting to listen. I have a Kindle and I buy Kindle books for sure, but I also have an Audible account on Amazon where I can actually listen to these books instead, and I pay monthly for it. I get all these different books that I can listen to on my phone or on my computer, wherever I want to, and it's just a nice, convenient way of consuming content, especially when you don't necessarily have time to actually to read it. Also, I wanted to point out that people talk about on social media trying to be everywhere where your customers are, trying to be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Wherever they are, you should be. Well, you should also be giving your customers and your subscribers, your people, the ability to consume your content in a way that's comfortable for them. So maybe someone's going to come to your page, maybe they want to read it, and they look and they see that they have the option to listen to it, and they don't want to listen to it. They don't have to. But if they want to, at least they have that option.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well as that option, again, I mean, nobody's getting younger these days. I mean, for an older generation, you wear glasses. I know I'm going to have to wear glasses in the next year or two because I'm looking at the screen all the time. So many people are looking at screens and it's affecting their eyesight. And with that, you just, like for the visually impaired, for older people, I mean, it's just a case of pressing a button and you're able to listen to what a blog or website's all about.
Declan, bring us under the hood. I want to actually see this in action and show people how this works.
Yeah, cool, no problem. So let me share my screen. Right, tell me when you can see it, Mike.
Yes.
Right, let me just go into the software first. Right, here's the user interface. Okay, nice and simple, nice and fresh, nice and clean. Your main option there. You've another thing we have with it, the feature is a GIF with a voice.
That's an OTO, right?
That's an OTO. That's it's $10 more than the front end, but we'll come to that when you come to the OTOs. So mainly what we're doing here, right, on the main course is you put your campaign name in, right? Mm-hmm. You pick your voices, male or female, okay? Joey, English. There's all the different voices you have to choose from, right? As well, see this enable translation, but I think this is cool, Mike. We added this recently to it. Enable translation is, say, if you're actually in Greece, aren't you, at the moment?
Turkey.
Turkey, sorry. So you're in Turkey, you enable this, and it comes up in your language, in Turkish language.
But it's going to translate. I'm sure it's not like a perfect translation.
It's a translation. It's this, well, I mean, you can understand it. Well, I mean, no, absolutely. It mightn't be a perfect translation, but I mean, 95%, 96% of the translation will be what you have.
Cool. No, I'll definitely check it out later.
Yeah, do. Yeah, absolutely. What you can do as well is you have a pitch scenario, you have a rate scenario. Like people as well sometimes want, again, down to time. If they want to speed up the voice on the blog, they can listen to it in plus 20% and plus 5%, and they go through it quicker. There's your play buttons. You can have different type of play buttons. You have a pause button, and you have an auto play feature, which I think we just put that in there just as an extra option. But auto play sometimes will annoy people. You know what I mean? So it's up to you. You can put that on if you like. There's your text to speech. So you're putting in whatever words are on your blog, right? You're copying and pasting them, entering them in here, and then you're pressing publish, right? Once you press publish, you get a little code. I'm going to show you because I've done it earlier, right? And you put it on your website. Now, this is one I've done earlier on. This is my website here.
If you want to pull off your headphones and turn up your volume, you can maybe hear it.
Yeah, okay. Tell me if you can hear it, right? Here's the main button, Mike. So that plays everything that's on the page, okay? Whereas these individual buttons will play everything that is in a certain paragraph. Right, so I'll play the main button.
Just press tab and search for what you want, then add it in slides. It's as easy as that.
Right, I played that earlier on, so I'm going to play it again from the start, and you'll see it coming in from here. Can you hear that yet?
The web is full of beautiful ideas and services. Notice is the first provide an easy way to gather them all in a single place. Just press tab and search for the block you want.
You can hear. If you want to go ahead and pause that, what I'll do is I'll link out to an example or show an example in my review video. If you want to put your headphones back on, Declan.
You couldn't hear that too well, no?
Not amazingly well, but I'll have an example that people can check out. We could hear it a little bit. The sound quality isn't that great to begin with on from your speakers, unfortunately. But they get the idea. So okay, so you can click the button at the top. That will play the whole page. You can click the little buttons individually, and that will play the different paragraphs and whatnot. You can pause them if you want to.
Pause them, yeah.
Does it work on mobile devices?
It does indeed, yeah. Again, that's the market we've sort of really zoned in on because, as I said earlier on, I mean, a lot of people are buying or reading or using blogs and websites from mobile devices, as you know, mobile phones, laptop, iPads, etc. So I mean, we're zooming in on that area, on that side of the business because they're smaller devices, obviously, than a laptop. So I mean, it's harder to read. So fully functional on a mobile device.
Okay, so it works in those areas there. You can
again, if you're out walking, like if you're in the gym. If you're driving, you can just press play and listen to it. You know what I mean? Without reading it.
Nice. Okay, so as far as websites that it works on, this is a WordPress website here. Does it have to be on a WordPress website? Where can you put this?
It works on a WordPress website and HTML website as well.
So you just take the code from the cloud-based
Takes
software,
code
you
from
paste it
from
in.
from the SaaS and then paste it in on the page you want it on.
Cool. Simple enough.
Simple. In my career, I've said this many times. You know me, I wouldn't be the techiest guy out there, but even I can use it. It's only a case of put in the text of speech that you want, and then create your campaign. Gives you your line of code. Put it into your blog or your website. Boom, good to go.
As far as the front end offer, can you talk a little bit about what's included on that? And then I know you had some OTO stuff that you wanted to talk about.
Right, yeah. Again, with the front end offer, we have this. We have the different voices, the different languages as well. You have a choice of male, female, and I think there's 10 of each, 10 of male and 10 female voices that you can use, whichever one that you feel comfortable with. They're all very good. The text to speech is second to none. It really is, as I mentioned earlier on, compared to some of the robotic voices you hear on text to speeches. This is really, really top-notch stuff. Like you wouldn't think it was a text to speech piece of software, you know. So mainly that's it. As I said, this starts off with 27 bucks for the front end. 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday the 23rd, and I mean, we're really excited about it. As I said, that's what happens in the front end. We're given a choice of how many voices you can use, and male or female. And again, it's so simple. I'm not doing it justice here by telling you how good it is, but you've seen it, you've worked it, and it really, really is sort of something special when people don't have time, as we spoke about. They just press a button and they listen to it and on the go.
Bring us through to the OTOs that people are going to see once they purchase.
Yeah, cool. We put these in as well, and we're very excited about them. I just saw them earlier. I showed you. Get up there. Right. There's two different options as well in the upgrade one, and it's only $37. It's $10 more expensive. Now, a GIF with a voice. We know everybody these days is looking at GIFs, and they're very good at catching people's attention and all that type of stuff. A GIF with a voice, right? We have. I'll press this. I'll show you. Right. So you can pick anything here, right? A GIF image. I'm gonna clear it. Right. Let me think. Yes. I told you about this earlier on. I can't tell you.
Ladies. This is going to be interesting, Declan.
Alright, hold on now. Come on. No, yeah, press that, yeah.
Hope we don't get any pornographic stuff that comes
No.
up.
That's why I just put in the ladies. Right, I have this lady here, right? Now, so this is, I always messed around with this, and the child in me was finding this as the best part of this upgrade. Now, MP3 voice. Right, you can put your own voice in here, right? Mm-hmm. On the MP3, and that you can put the speakeasy voices, and then you put this. Right, hope your wife doesn't have a go at me for this. I'm not going to put in the male voice, I'll put in the female voice, right? Danish. We'll go with English. That right. Now, what happens is, this turns this into a speaking GIF, right? There should be, you generate your code, there's your code, and here's a preview. You won't be able to hear this either.
And we can't hear it.
Okay, sorry. Right, again, you might have to put this in as a demo. But what it does do is, put this back in. What it does do is, you hover over this, it comes up and it says, "I love Mike from Maine."
Which, go ahead, do it again.
You hear it?
We can't hear it that well because of your speakers, but
Pardon.
that's cool though. That's interesting. So you could do something like, in a more serious note, you could do something like a call to action
Call to
or
action.
something.
If you have a launch or a product and you're promoting something, you could stick in a GIF of ending today or ending soon. Here's your 20% off special discount. Post it on your Facebook wall and put the text into it. You can put your own audio into it, as I said. You can put ones that are already in the software. And when people hover over it, you say, right, pick this up today, 20% off, something like that. Again, it's a call to action. It's something that will attract people to an offer or something like that. Which I think is rather cool. We added that in. So that's one of the options for the upgrade. The other one is custom voiceover. So say with your website. Again, if you have a review of a product of a launch, and you have your text to speech, your script of it, you can put this in there, right, and record your own voice, and then put it into your blog as your own voice. It's a more personal touch. It just means when people press on play on your blog, that they hear your voice.
Cool.
So it's much more one personal touch.
Nice. Okay, so that's the OTO there. I think you've got one or two more.
We've one more, and it's just you won't listen to that. It's no bump it up. Where's the other one? It's OTO2 is resellers' rights. Hold on now. Over here. There's just some of the other GIFs that we have on the page, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you hover over them and you hear.
I can't hear anything because you have your headphones in.
Right.
Don't click the button. Cause it mic.
You hear that?
Kind of.
Cause it mic.
Don't click the button because it might go boom. It said.
Ah.
Right. Okay. Let me show you what the OTOs are. Here's the OTOs. The OTO one is 100 users on the agency rights, and the OTO2 is 250 users on the agency rights. So, I mean, that's for people who are actually doing this for other businesses and want to get them involved in their transforming their websites or their blogs as well.
Declan, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
No, not really, Mike. I think we've covered it all. But I just as you can see, when people have a look at this and see how sort of powerful it is, and we'll keep more people on your blogs, on your websites by having an audio option to it. Even when they're out walking, when they're in the gym, as I said, when they're driving, they can just press play, listen to what's going on your website, your blog. I think it's a really, really powerful piece of software that is so simple. Anyone could use it, and I think you would like it yourself. I think we'll see more big guys as well as yourself and other people using this as well on their blogs and their websites. So pick it up.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and best of luck with your launch.
No problem, Mike. Thanks a lot indeed. Thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Declan. If you are interested in picking up Speakeasy at its lowest price, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, August 23rd. You're going to be able to get it at its lowest early bird discounted price along with my special bonuses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.